Welcome to Best Laid Plans and the very beginning of my 15-month journey to health, wealth, and happiness. You'll get to see where it all starts, the goal-setting process, planning, taking action, and even the fails along the way. Join me as I plan, clean, cook, homeschool, run an Amazon business and an Etsy sticker shop, start a new business, take care of a family of 6, get a makeover, and get in shape. Oh, and learn to vlog, too. Did I mention the dozen cats? Busted. Leave it alone. I'm going to try something unique and combine my love of planning with actually showing you how I manage such a busy life. I get asked a lot about how I do it all, so here is the God's honest truth about how it gets done, or doesn't get done, yet it all comes together, even when I sometimes fall apart. I guess I'm hoping that I might find someone out there that can relate to this beautiful mess of mine. Hi, I'm Janae, and I teach productivity that sticks. If you're interested in planning your perfect life, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss some big announcements coming up very soon. Welcome to day 1 of this 15-month-long journey. I am so glad you've decided to join me. We're going to have a lot of fun together. I have a lot to look forward to in 2020 and a lot of work to do too. I'm using this last quarter of 2019 to prepare by learning to vlog and combine the process of planning and taking action. The past few years of my life have seen some personal, family, and health hardships, and my environment and the way I look reflects that. Now that my health is somewhat better, it is time to take control back and get myself caught up to where things need to be. As you can see, I have a house to clean, 2 households to sort through and declutter, and about 30 pounds to lose. There is a lot to do, but I have a proven process on how to get it done, and I want to share that process with you. What better time to start than when I find myself once again at the beginning of the journey? Over the next couple of months, I'll show you how I take long-term goals and plan those into yearly and quarterly goals for 2020. You'll see how I break those into smaller goals and then list action steps needed to complete them. Finally, you'll see how they progress into weekly and daily action plans and how I manage and execute them. Eventually, we will see just what I can accomplish in the next 15 months and how close I come to achieving these 2020 goals. For today, I'm just going to take you through the day of what I had planned and what actually gets done. Although I have done filming and content creation before, vlogging is turning out to be a totally different animal, especially working around a loud, active family. I think I'll start with a day in the life type format, but as I get more comfortable with this type of filming, I may want to batch different types of things together. All the cleaning in one video, the sticker shop in another, cooking in yet another, and of course more planning videos. Let me know down in the comments what you think. So today, as you can see, I've already planned my week. On the right are my daily plans. These are the things that must be done on that day or are scheduled for that day. At the bottom is a small version of my block schedule, and along the right is a daily tracker for my health habits and food tracking. On the bottom right is a list of weekly tasks used to review the week and prepare for the next. On the left-hand page are my other habits, actions, and tasks broken down by category. I have a weekly focus on the upper left, and weekly tasks are already pre-printed in their categories. Also on this page is a personal habit tracker, as well as a checklist for the kids' chores they are to do every day. I fill in additional tasks that are carried forward from the previous week, as well as items from my goal-setting action lists. This doesn't mean I plan on doing all of this. I write down the top priorities in each category from my goal sheets, then further set priorities during the week as time allows. So I like to mark down some extra things. You never know when you're on fire and just really blowing through a category. I personally think this is better than looking at all of your goal sheets together every day, which can be a bit overwhelming. If I have time for that category, I look at this list and pick something from it. I think it will be better explained as we work through this week, and you'll see how it all comes together. And I am still adjusting this planner layout. My goal is to get this refined enough for myself that I can transfer it into any planner I want. I have to say, though, I am loving the convenience of having all of my daily and weekly things already in there, so I'm not rewriting them all of the time. You'll see that I am all about efficiency. Oh, don't let me forget the convenient little spot for a shopping list. It's on a sticky note, so whomever goes to the store can just take it with them. Underneath it is where I can jot down notes for future plans or things to do the following week. So today is a violet day, and fail one of the day, I haven't even gotten my pen out. I think my bag has reached critical mass. At some point, I added one pen too many, and now they all get lost in there. First on the list, I did get the menu planning done. I took my supplies down to my mother's apartment. She actually has the first floor of our house, and we did the menu planning for the month. We started with a freezer inventory, then started coming up with meal ideas, working from a favorites list, as well as some previous menu plans we had. I write them on sticky notes, then distribute and rearrange them as they fit in best with our monthly schedule. I then filmed the menu plan with me. I hope to get that posted this weekend. And of course, cleaned up. Now I get dinner ready. Today I'm making Tuscan chicken in my Instant Pot. I always do a mise en place first, or everything in its place. Basically, that's just getting everything that you need for a recipe all together. That way you know right away if you're missing something, and you don't get halfway through making a recipe before you find out you're missing something without any substitutes. I apologize for my cameraman. Although my daughter and my husband did quite well. I guess handheld isn't great when you plan on doing a time lapse. Still working on this vlog thing. It's too bad my small tripod broke. I may have to get the one from my desk that I use with Plan With Me's. Oh shoot, I forgot to put the mushrooms in. Oh, take one out of the fridge.
Like one of those.
Well, it can't because the chicken around it's not working good.
Let it.
That's it. Alright, it does look like the thighs are done. Let's boil it. And some dried mushrooms. I stuffed this thing full. I always add twice as many veggies. Boiling?
It's bubbling.
Yeah, how come I left it? What happened to the crimson
You
You die. Yeah, it hurt like 10 minutes and it hurts.
Yeah, it froze how hard.
We keep our sauce separate from our meat, that way our kids can choose whether they want the sauce or not. And it turned out delicious, even though I forgot to saute the mushrooms. Okay, guess the Tuscan chicken is kitty approved. Big Orange Kitty approved.
Big orange kitty named Patty.
I don't think you can fit in there, big guy. Then, of course, the cleanup. I freeze the leftovers into single servings and label them. I use this time to do some veggie prep. I always like to keep raw vegetables ready for snacking. Although I don't allow my kids to have snacks near mealtime, I let them have veggies whenever they want. I mean, who's going to complain about a kid ruining their dinner with vegetables? It makes for fast salads and lunches, too. I quickly marked down my water and my food for the day and how I felt. I was a bit tired, but I still kept busy. Now my daily habits tracker. I did stand on my vibration plate today, and my holosync meditation did fire in the middle of the night while I slept with my headphones on. That is a whole other video I will be doing soon too, and I will link that information in the description. Then my daily tracks. This is a list of daily audio tracks that I listen to, consisting of scripture study, diet and exercise, brain development, and goal setting training, all split up into 91 playlists that I use throughout the quarter. I almost gave myself a fail on this one because I've actually lost my month 3 day 30 playlist and hadn't recreated it yet, but I decided that my special day 31 playlist would work great here. I don't normally like to apologize for video problems, but I'm still learning some of these shots, like how to take video of a phone. Most of these self-care items I do before bed, so they won't get checked off until I plan in the morning. I track sleep and fasting hours here. I like to sleep between 6 and 8 hours, and fasting to be 12 to 16 hours. Finally, at the bottom, there are certain foods that I track so I can see if they link to how I'm feeling. These are all foods that I'm sensitive to in differing degrees. You can see on Friday how I put in some things I need to prep for my menu plan. We're planning on an indoor picnic for General Conference weekend. Now over to the other side. I have my pet of the day, and I'll mark things on my focus list that I worked on with a plus. I did work on the vlog and my shop today. I did a social media post, but had trouble getting the Etsy app to work for the shop update. There are a few things that I can still work on before I go to sleep, so again, it may work out better that I check things off right before bed or first thing in the morning. I'm sure I'll be working things out for a few weeks while I get used to vlogging. I put a dot next to November designs because I'm setting it as a priority item for tomorrow. You can see a dot there already. I had planned on working on them today, but I had some other things come up. Same thing for the coupons. Best laid plans, right? My boys and I got our hair cut today. I'll cover more about why I'm cutting my hair so short in tomorrow's Tuesday morning time management tip.
The result shows more now that we're raising the ketchup.
Yeah, but I'm gonna color it too. Now, which trimmer is this? Wall.
They're all walls,
All walls? Is this two different ones?
including the cat. This is
Oh, that one's the pet trimmer.
that's corded. Cat trimmer's pink.
Oh, the cat trimmer's pink. Okay. So this is a corded and that's a cordless. They're
Yes.
basically the same thing. I also practiced my piano, practiced my Italian, and did my Elder Scrolls Online login. I also did not clean the studio, but I made sure to prep a lantern so I can go work at night if I need to. I changed the water in the sprouter, did veggie prep, and cleaned out the fridge. I cleaned one cabinet door, but that doesn't really count. I'll put that on a priority list again for tomorrow. Although I did not do any designs, I published quite a few cheaper listings on my site. At that price point, I cannot post them on Etsy, so although I posted 6 instead of 2, I'm only giving myself credit for 1 box since I didn't post them anywhere else. I reviewed our church's new youth program, and I want to make planner stickers for it, for myself, and my shop. I also need to make some stickers for our home study this week. We did our reading tonight and a part of history. My husband teaches the history lessons, and he pretended to press a play button on me. Apparently I had a script I was supposed to read but didn't have, so we'll have to continue the lesson later this week. I didn't get to any of the monthlies, but I did add some things that need to be done. Oh, I did declutter the kitchen a bit. I can go ahead and mark that on my monthly chart. I have refill soaps twice here, whoops. I also cleaned the faucets and the fridge shelves. Coming down to the kids' chores, they really did a lot today, especially since we cleaned up Sunday's mess too, and they even did tomorrow's laundry. They fed the cats, did the dishes. I'm not sure they straightened their room, but they straightened up the schoolroom and made it a complete mess immediately after. I'm not too happy about that. He's cute. I wanted to hop in and finish up my notes for today. I did listen to those special 31st tracks and did all of these self-care things. I also did the Facebook group post and my download. I then disinfected my kitchen counter and wiped down the appliances. I think that it was a very successful day. It is said we overestimate what we can do in a short period of time, which is why I don't beat myself up over not getting everything on this weekly list completed. As I said before, I like to put extra things on here, so if I get on a roll, I already have a prioritized list to choose from. And it is said that we underestimate what we can do in a long period of time. I have my weekly focus here, but I also plan on sharing my long-term and yearly goals. It may seem I'm getting a head start on 2020, but as I am working on creating those plans, I'm actually finishing up my 2019 goals. That's why you see these highlighted tasks that I'm calling my overwhelm tasks. They're the final pieces to the 2019 puzzle, and they're also things that tend to stress me out when I think of them, so they are the things that I'd like to try and concentrate on completing as early as I can this quarter. Thank you for joining me on the beginning of this journey. I hope we can do it together. I am looking forward to your comments, suggestions, and questions. And I hope to see you for tomorrow's Best Laid Plans.
Supposed to fill out. I kicked that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I had anything on.